Oprah Winfrey said, think like a queen. A queen is not afraid to fail. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness. With that, let me welcome you all for our today's Wiki Presents HR Forum. And we have our lovely guest here, Ms.Neeti Lobo. She's a vice president of one of the HR consultancy firm. Let me brief you about her journey. She's a postgraduate in HR and she's heading Confluence Consulting India Private Limited, which is based in Mumbai. She's having 17 years of professional experience. She has worked as catalyst with a footprint of success in organizations like Prudential UK, Confluence Consulting Group. With no background in recruitment, she started her career with Confluence in recruitment. Now she has over 14 years of experience in executive search in financial segment and financial services spectrum, including senior level management, banks, NBFCs, investment banking, treasury, corporate and commercial banking, private wealth management support functions, IT professionals in operations and HR related activity. She is a specialist in talent acquisition, team building out of senior management in BFSI. Over past 14 years, she has successfully conducted and built a strong network across profile in financial service industry. Her challenges are always to take work when others have given up. That's the spirit. And with extreme passion for her work, she believes, as I rightly said, she believes the rule of Queen's Way with equal rights and opportunity. So we welcome you to Ms.Neeti Lobo on our platform. And today we are here to know more about your journey. How did you started off and now what you've been doing?
Thank you so much for a warm welcome, Mamta. I'm honored and I'm really grateful for me to be on this platform. Thank you so much once again. So my journey actually has not started through Confluence. It was an up and down as everybody goes through. I initially started my journey with my family-owned business, but that was not a satisfaction job which I was getting. I actually thought, I'm just covered inside the family owned business. I wanted to do something outside in the world. Hence, I took an opportunity, joined Prudential. I worked over there for 3 years, but still something was missing in that work as well. I was not able to connect and give my 100%. Uh, as it is rightly said, when you desire something and you really passionately you want something, universe actually works, to conspire your dreams and get it achieved. That's actually happened when Confluence came my way. Confluence has not even given me a transformation on my personal front, but a professional one as well. uh, the reason I want to share my experience, because many of us would be going through the same journey right now, thinking what to do, how to go about. I do not have experience. So let me tell you, when I joined Confluence, I did not have any background of HR. I, in fact, did not even do MBA that time. I was absolutely fresher. But I had two very important things in myself. One was the confidence, and one was the determination that I want to prove myself and I want to have a name in the industry. And that's what it took me to start off with Confluence. uh, the major experience or the passionate thing what I like about this job is that I connect with people and I help them to achieve their dream job. That gives me a lot of satisfaction. uh, as everybody at the end of the day gets a paycheck for what we do, uh, but what we get, or in fact what makes me really happy, is a gratitude or a call from a candidate saying that, ma'am, I'm really happy, thank you so much for giving me what I wanted. So that is a pleasure, that is a excitement which kicks me to do the next level of job. So when I actually started working, it was new. I got trained, and now my job is not a monotonous job anymore. It keeps me on my toes. So each day gets me a new work. So when we every morning when we start off with our work, our clients give us a different kind of a mandate to work on. We Every call is can be a from a fresher who's just passed out from a college and who does not know what to do, and a second call might be from a senior person and a 25-30 years experience more than what I am at. But a simple guidance, a simple talk, and understanding what the person wants, because people are coming from different culture, different background, different countries, different cities, and moreover they come with a salary bracket which are more than what you must have ever thought about. How do you understand how to keep their confidential information to your own self, not spreading that? That
Right.
is very important when it comes to recruitment, because people will not open up with you if you start disclosing that.
Yeah.
So that's what I started doing. Life at Confluence changed at a personal level as well as professional. When I joined Confluence, obviously I was single. I got married. My husband belongs to financial sector, so he understands my job. So that 100% support came from him. My family was supportive. I'm blessed with a daughter, Kashish, who's 11 years old. So the journey together started because there were challenges for me as well in the beginning to leave her and move on to work. But with the family support, I moved on. Company supported, and as well as the family. Uh, when I talk about my experience in Confluence, as I said earlier, that I was a fresher, so I did not have any knowledge what I'm going to do, where I'm going to start off. Just a few days of training and my determination to do something started off. So I started as an individual person doing my own job, moved on to managing teams at a larger extent, guiding them, training them, keeping myself trained all the time, because if I have to, suppose if I have to speak to you, Mamta, I need to know what are you doing. So obviously, I need to know your background. I need to understand what kind of companies are you coming from.
Yeah.
What is your there's a lot of learning, and since the times are changing, we are moving on to the digital space, we have to keep ourselves updated and keep trained ourselves. At Confluence, I am really grateful to my bosses who have always supported me, given me an equal opportunity, not considered me like, okay, fine, she's a woman, she'll not be able to do it. They, along with them, they have given me that powers. Fine, you take your decision. You think it is right, go ahead. So that was something which I always wanted. Connecting with senior people across the financial industry motivated me to work further. So now I am so happy that when I walk or when I lift up a phone and talk to somebody, a person knows me. Okay, fine, Neeti from Confluence. Oh, yes, we have heard about you. Yes, my friend was placed by you. So that is an immense pleasure which I get. And I feel that, getting known for what you are doing is the biggest strength and the biggest achievement in your life. So this is my life in a nutshell. What I can say, give it to you all.
Wonderful, wonderful, Nidhi. I think, yes, everybody on this planet Earth looking forward for having that unique, feature of calling yourself, by your name and then recognizing that particular identity. Yes, So, yes, thank you so much for sharing these information. And as on Wiki, we promote businesses, education, and training. We look forward for women who are engaged in profession and in businesses, so that we can feature you. With that, I welcome our moderator, Ms. Anamika Agarwal Shah. She is a mentor, she's a coach, and she's a director of Enhance Your Power Within. And she would be taking over the further session with Neeti Lobo. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mamta. And thank you, Neeti. That was an amazing, inspiring journey, what we have been through now. So HR I consider as the backbone of any organization, and
Yeah.
also, and you are doing a great job on that front. You are actually hiring people for different organizations to take their role in them. So just to take it ahead, I would like to know that as an HR professional, uh, for all these decades what you've worked, what is the transition in terms of the HR recruitment? What are the transitions you've witnessed?
Thank you so much for your question, Anamika. As we all know, the times have changed. So when I talk about a timeline about when we started, just way 1980, we can say 1980, 1990s, where people actually used to go physically, go and to each company, submit their hard copy of their CV, wait for
Hmm.
the interview, or maybe go through their newspaper ads, seeing where the which job is good, personally going to that company. Time started changing. Government jobs were there at that time. Slowly and steadily, private sector jobs started evolving. And 2015 actually brought us a very huge change in the recruitment industry. Now, at a click of a button, rather than going to a company, depositing your CV, you can apply for 25 or maybe 100 jobs at a minute. So for youngsters or maybe for anybody, going to an app, just clicking a job is an easy way out. So they get a feedback, and that's how the process has evolved. Digital platform has played a very important role, and future is that. In fact, 2020 world faced pandemic, lot of stress, lot of distress. People were worried how the recruitment industry, how will it work. But to show you the wonders, we never ever imagined people being interviewed on the online platform. There are
Yes.
offer letters coming, plus people have joined through online platform. That is wonderful. Like, and moreover, through the digital, you are not restricted to just to your own locality or your own city. You can apply
Yes.
job sitting in Mumbai, you can apply job in US or maybe anywhere in the world. So it's been so easy right now, and people should utilize. Do not sit at home. At least give it a chance.
Yes, true. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so my next question would be that with your experience for like around 30, 17 years, what are the trends in the corporate? What you have seen in the hiring? Like what are the patterns? What you can
Sure.
see in the hiring? Yeah.
Sure. So the trends have been changing, and
Mm-hmm.
drastic change, we can say. Uh, Earlier, the traditional jobs which we had are no longer there. People, in fact, do not wish to do that. I remember during my days, what was your dream to do? I want to become a teacher, an engineer,
Hmm.
or a doctor. There were only three,
Correct.
four things. Now,
Hmm.
today's generation, if you ask any kid, school going kid, their dream destinations are different altogether when they
Well
talk
done.
about job opportunities. So
Yes.
the times have changed. A lot of things are coming up for the youth or maybe for us as well. But for that, you have to be updated. You have to be with the time what we are presently in. In today's time, the corporates are not only looking at your resume, or they are not looking at from where you've passed out, what qualifications you have. The more important part what they're looking out is, are you a team player? Are you are you able to manage stress? Are you able
Hmm.
to handle conflicts at work? Are you
Okay.
able to take feedback which is very crucial. If you are not able to feedback, if you're not able to take it, I don't think so you will progress. In
Yes.
my
True.
own career, it is not that I have not got feedback. I have got feedback, I have worked over it, and that's how you mold yourself, that's how you build yourself.
Yeah.
Today's generation, the kids who just pass out from school, colleges, who want to apply, the candidates leave the jobs just for few amount of money. Okay, fine, I'm bored of the job, I want to switch. But why? If the company is investing in you, please appreciate that. Get yourself trained, get your skills updated, learn how to be in the team, express your feelings, express what you want to do, and that's how you will motivate, and that's how you will shape up your future. It's no
Right.
longer, the same kind of job, or I am from this institute and I will pass out. No, these other factors play a long way. The times have changed, and this will change to the next level as well. In fact, Anamika, you will be. Yeah, I was. In fact, yesterday I was reading through Google, and I was surprised to see that in 2030, when jobs will come up, there were jobs, which I've not even heard. Like for example, a job, organ creator. Have you heard about
Oh,
organ creator?
oh,
Have you heard about trash engineer? So these kind of jobs which are coming your way, if you're not updated, where are you going to look forward? And if you do not have that patience and determination, it will be very, very difficult for you to motivate yourself.
that's quite a lot of amazing knowledge, like for all our viewers as well. Of course. Okay, so the next question would be that, as the topic suggests, that equal opportunities in corporate. So I would like you to elaborate about the whole topic. Is it it is real? Is it real? Is what for all over India? Is it real?
Sure. So times have changed. It is no longer, especially in the metropolitan cities, it is no longer a male-dominated kind of work. The equal opportunities are given to women as well. In any company, you see there are equal number of girls as well as boys working. So the trends are changing. Yes, if you talk about India as a whole, there are few pockets of few places which still are coming to that level. And
Hmm.
when the world is progressive and they have come up to the level to give equal opportunities to each and every one, where people can work shoulder to shoulder and walk at the same path, India is developing, and I strongly believe it will develop because the mindset is changing. People are getting educated. People are giving sharing responsibilities of ladies. So in companies, yes, uh, the biggest example is HR fraternity. HR fraternity was earlier known as female dominated work area,
Hmm.
but now you see the number of boys with us, the number of guys who have taken up HR. It's wonderful. Why not? Why should it be tagged to only women centric? So whether it's a male or whether it is a woman, I think so both need to be together to work to get the company to the next level.
Amazing. So I'm sure we are all looking for equality in gender forever, and that's amazing to know from a professional scenario. Okay, so I would just wanted to give us some guidelines to our viewers, our audience, about some advice or on things which they could pay attention on to get a good job. Like, so since you are I'm sure interviewing so many candidates, so I just want to know, okay, what are the prerequisites or prominent characters someone could have for a job to
First
get a
of
good
all,
job? Yes.
yeah. Uh, See, a good job can be, first of all, it is your own desire. What can be a good job? So it is based on individual to individual basis.
True.
Two things very important: you should be passionate and you should have a smile on your face. Look at your personality when you go for an interview. So these are the topmost priority. Second, when we talk about an interview, prepare your own self for what you have done in the number of years. Just don't go blank. Oh, I am overconfident and I go for an interview. Prepare. Do a little bit homework on your own self. Give Study on the company profile. Go to the company's website. Read through the company's website. What are they into? What are they looking out for? Also, very important is go through the job description. For which interview are you going for? It should not happen. The interview will ask you, have you gone through the profile what you've come for, and you're blank. That would be an embarrassing thing for yourself as well. So go through that. It will give you an extra mileage, and your interviewer will be more than happy that this person is responsible. He's come for what he knows, you know. So
Yes.
also penning down your things before you go for an interview. Do a SWOT analysis. Know your strength, your weaknesses, your opportunities, your threats. I strongly believe, you know, always believe in yourself, because if you do
True.
not believe, the world will not believe. So
True.
have confidence, have belief. If you fail in one interview, that is not the end. There is something bigger for you. There's something
Of
great
course.
coming away. So do
Yes.
not lose your hope for an interview. Keep trying. When there is a right thing coming your way, it will get clicked. But do not say that I will not prepare and the work should be done by the universe. It will never happen. So do your homework first before you before you expect something else.
So basically, action is what we all need to take,
Ex-
and be
exactly.
confident in yourself. Yes, of course.
Exactly.
Of course, of course. So, my, for all the ladies and men, of course, watching our live, for all the ladies in particular, I would ask is that being a lady, you're so inspirational. What is the advice you would give to women who want to start their second career after a marriage, maybe, or after, the pregnancy, maternity leave, So, what advice would you give? Because even you are a mother, so would want to hear from you more.
Uh, More than advice, I can say that yes, there are challenges. Accept it. It is
Sure.
from my personal experience, I can say that it is not an easy roadway. You have to accept the challenges. You have to, first of all, you have to be your own self. With it, I want what I want to do. Giving my own experience, when my daughter Kashish was born, I actually had given up my hope that I will not be able to work, because there was so much of work at home that I did not know how will I manage. But therein, where my husband stepped in, saying that I'm there to support you. You want to aspire what you want to, you wish to work. Let's divide our work. Let's take our responsibilities. So communication played a very important role. So if
Yeah.
you communicate, if you tell what you
Yes.
want, how, how you want, I don't think so anybody will stop you for that. So personally, talk it out, whether it is at home or whether it is at workplace. You cannot be a superwoman doing everything everywhere at one time. If you
True.
divide your work, if you divide your responsibilities, everything can be managed in a smooth way. So yes, I went through ups and downs in the initial few years, but it took time. I settled in my job, I settled at my work, so things started moving on the track. So everything was fine. But the biggest advice I would like to give each and every woman over here, or maybe it is a male as well, so why not? Stress is everywhere. Give yourself a me time. Very important. Try to do something which you
Yes.
love. Maybe it is a dance, maybe it is drawing, maybe it is something which you love to do. Because if you're going to give a me time to yourself, you're going to, you know dis- you'll disconnect from the stress what you're going through and rejuvenate back to your work, and that will never have any you can say blocks coming in your way. So that is my
Amazing.
experience, what I can say.
Oh wow, that's amazing, and I am sure all women here is inspired today with all what you have spoken. So, anything else would you want to add to the platform with the topic of equality about the opportunities of what we get, or anything which you would like to add
See,
for
whether I
the
would again I would like to say, whether anybody is there, determination and passion, if you have for anything, go ahead and do it. Do not stop. Maybe it is a kid who wants to study, but you need to have a passion for it, and
yeah.
nothing will stop you. So that is my request, or that is my advice which I can give each and everyone.
True. Thank you, thank you.
And
So I
and
guess,
also, if
yeah.
anyone is looking out for a job, can surely approach me.
Yes, of course. We'll share links around, of course. So Neeti is also looking for a lot of people who want to start their second journey in life, and she would definitely help women and men here to scale up their lives. So yeah, I'll pass on to Mamta. You can always conclude and take it further. Yes. Thank you.
I think this is my subject, or the one thing what I always talk about to my fellow women, that yes, they need to just keep on doing what they like, you know.
True.
And yeah, I mean, we have problems, we have challenges throughout, but just cursing about those problems, just talking about those problems will not solve the purpose. We need to
True.
forget, let go things, and get into action and start doing, as you rightly said, what we like. At least an hour we need to spend for ourselves, understanding, enjoying, and having that good time with ourselves and doing what we like. So yes, that was wonderful, updates. Before we wind up for today's session, I just want to add a few things, or I just want to ask few things to you. Yes, we
Sure.
talk about corporate, and as we said, urban, metro cities. We have students, or we have people who are educated, who have a certain grooming standards.
Yeah.
What about people coming out from 2 tier or 3 tier cities? Maybe they're not able to speak good in English, maybe they're not able to dress well the way the corporates of the metros require, or big giant MNCs require. How an agency, how an consulting firm deals with such candidates? Because yes, of course, if they are not good at language, if they are not well groomed, but they have good capability, they have good a sense of responsibility, and they are they come with lot of loyalty. So these are the uniqueness what they carry from an rural part, or 2 3 or 3 tier cities part, compared with a candidate which comes from an urban or metro cities.
Yeah. So, each and every kind of a job which we are doing does not require a great fluency in your communication. A fluency in communication, I would not say generally is about all about English. It can be their mother tongue. Maybe they are applying a job in their own city. So if they are able to understand, that is what they require. Yes, as an agency, when it comes to grooming, yes, we do advise our candidates how do you need to present yourself when you're going for an interview. We do give them tips of how do you dress up, how do you present, when you're going for an interview, what kind of clothes or what color clothes you need to wear. So these are the tips which we give. And when it comes to communication, yes, there are times when a person who is just passed out has that much of number of months there. So we give them an option that you want, you can get yourself updated in terms of going on to the apps, learning how to speak, and people do that, and there are people who have done it. If you talk about a relationship manager kind of a role, which requires when you have to speak to one basis with the client, yes, communication plays a very important role there. But when you're talking about an operations kind of a job, over there you're an internal customer, you're dealing with your internal
Yeah.
colleagues. So communication does not play that important. So
Yeah.
that's how we manage. And we always when we have to communicate to a client, we always grade the candidate in terms of communication. We tell the clients, okay, fine, as per, if you talk about range of 1 to 10, as per my understanding, my assessment, this candidate ranges at 5 or 3 or 10. So candidate or the client also understand from which background the candidate is coming from. So that's how we manage it.
Super. Well answered.
Hmm.
Yes, it was wonderful knowing about the second inning aspect, what we talk about for women's. And yes, we do welcome inquiries for women who want to start their career again after having a certain amount of break. And we looking forward for you to send your queries on our email ID, so that we can share those things with Neeti. And going forward, yes, we would keep you posted about certain upcoming vacancies, if possible, through our HR forum network, and we would definitely share it on our pages. Thank you, Neeti, for being such a lovely guest and sharing your wonderful experience. And it was quite inspiring for women that, yes, they just need to think to restart again in their life, and that would definitely create a great change, not for herself, but for her family too. And with that, thank you so much. Stay in
Yes.
touch. We would be
Thank
bringing
you so
more
much.
such inspiring women, inspiring professional people for you to get interact with. And yes, thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much for inviting me. Thank you so much. It was
Thank you,
Thank you,
pleasure.
Neeti.
Anamika, for
Thank you,
having me.
Neeti. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
You too. Bye.